Imagine five differently able graduates making it to top B schools in their very first attempt. Well, it's hard to believe, but it's true. They have cleared this in their first attempt, and three of them have joined the IIM Ahmedabad. Thank you all very much for your time. And if I can begin with you, how was this possible? How does it feel?
Yeah, currently I'm really feeling happy because I'm fortunate to be clear my CAT in my first attempt, and I really thankful to my CAT team for making it possible, and I still believe that if you want success, work hard, work efficiently, and you will get support from anywhere. Being a VEI, we face many challenges. The more challenges that you face, the great success you will achieve in your future.
Right. Initially, did you believe it would be possible?
Initially, we were a bit hesitant to get into this field, but Vignesh sir and ma'am has motivated us, explained how it is going to be, researched about the other VI students who did the MBA from IIMs. So then we started believing, and that's how it went.
Right. Give us a sense of the kind of preparation you had for this.
Yeah. So initially, for more initial beginning days, we have mostly worked on mental maths. Like the time we took for a month or so just to get things imagination, so to visualize things. So that's how we started preparation with quants and DILR. And when it comes to VARC, which is verbal ability, so initially we used to read article and send our POVs, which is author's point of view, to ma'am. So ma'am used to evaluate and give us suggestions how to improve, and that's how the preparation got started. So as we were progressing with the syllabus and all, in between we also had scribes from Lucknow and some other IIMs like Visakhapatnam, Udaipur and all. So all those scribes were really helpful for us to in the preparation part, like to practice things. And also we had discussions amongst ourselves, and that's how we were progressing with the preparation part.
CAT is extremely difficult even for normal aspirants. How did you really use technology in terms of understanding or reading it better?
Yeah, it's really difficult for normal also. As technology advancing day by day, generally we use screen reader called NVDA, which full form as non-visual desktop access, which will read out whatever on the screen. By listening that, we can understand the things. So any RCs or any news readings or any problems, by listening that, we used to done our things.
Okay. And in terms of understanding the questions before you answer, what kind of mock stages you had?
So initially we had a sir used to explain the quant part in a through visualization part, and ma'am used to explain the articles. So when she was taking class, so the preparation part mainly we did was with the scribes in between our preparation. So nearly 100 plus volunteers from Lucknow and Visakhapatnam. So they used to take sessions in between their classes when they were free. Right. So we used to ask doubts basically because they were already the CAT aspirants, and they know things better than us. So we used to ask doubts, whatever part we have, and they used to clear for us.
Right. Vignesh, how did this idea come about to help visually challenged candidates aim high and to make it B schools?
This was more of an incident which just occurred, wherein when I went down to their college and I addressed some of the students over there, they wrote in the feedback asking as to whether they could be trained by us, and we just took it up because they were all students who had accomplished well academically. The schooling, they'd gotten like close to 90% or more, and as well as in their college they had a pretty good CGPA, which meant that there are students who have done well, and we just did our best we could to push them to the next level.
Sanjana, you said you used technology to help them learn and also to help them practice. For practice, using technology is one thing, but you may not get the same technology when they take the test. How did you bridge this gap?
So the preparation itself, there's a lot of technology which they could use for that sort of practice. So what we believe in is you do put in your time during the practice, and then you also need to have the test taking strategy, right? So test taking strategy, not just us, but our MOCAT team and the 100 plus scribes that they spoke about, right? They all came together. So we have daily quizzes on our site, we have mocks, we have sectionals. So they would take that. The scribes would be the ones who would sort of volunteer. We would be doing it online from here, and the scribes would be in different places and again doing it online through Zoom sessions. So they'd read it out for them, and they would sort of just help them to solve, clarify their doubts, and then we'd get a little bit more into the strategy, because CAT again is a very strategy driven exam. You've got to choose your questions, you have a time limit, you've got to work within that, make sure that you're giving your best. So I think somewhere with the effort of all of these people and with the tech that is there these days, which not just helps them, but sometimes it can help them to get even ahead, right? Because they like the technology that they use, they can actually read things and listen to things much faster, right? So it sometimes even gets them ahead of others.
We have good representation, good opportunity be given to differently abled, visually challenged in other education, other fields of education. It can be arts, science. But how important is to make sure this kind of an inclusion in the field of management?
I think it's really important, sir. I don't have a commerce background. I'm an engineer, right? Vignesh has a commerce background. You can come from any background. You do management because you want to get to a senior level. You want to lead an organization. And when you have senior people in an organization who have a different perspective, then I think that organization really thrives. And I think what these guys will do, and I feel that, many more seeing them, they'll understand that anyone who has the will and the determination can get ahead. And I think they themselves, once they get into jobs and once they get into senior positions, they'll make things much more accessible, and they'll be open to taking in any candidate, no matter what challenges, as long as that candidate is someone who wants to work hard and succeed.
You made it to IIM Ahmedabad. Earlier, what was your aim before you got introduced to this particular idea?
Sir, when I was in graduation, I have no intention to do my post-graduation, especially from just the normal colleges. So if I want to do post-graduation, I definitely want to do from the top colleges. So that's how I was like. And if I'm not going to get into the top colleges, I would end up being writing exams for government jobs. But I think the God has set up a separate path for us, and that's how we followed it here.
Right. You're a cricketer. Now, do you think, looking at you, many will aspire to make it to B schools, top B schools?
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, if you want to achieve something, we need someone. We need someone to inspire us. So, as we are graduates, after completing our graduation, we wrote Carno that inspired many VI students, and we create a separate we want to inspire our juniors, other VI students, not only VI, other disability students.
What kind of changes or how better can visually challenged candidates in leadership roles after you finish your MBA can bring about?
Yeah. So, sir, I feel the students getting into managerial roles from various backgrounds, no? So, there will be inclusivity because the people from different backgrounds are able to think differently. So we can get many perspectives. So the focus on different needs can also be focused. So as there is people from different backgrounds, so people from all the areas needs get satisfied, sir. And also it opens a new ways for many people to get into same and even for the better roles as well, as days pass. Yes.
Once you finish your MBA, what are you dreaming about?
I would like to work with investment banking.
Because
I'm true keen interest towards the finance.
Right. It's a great thing you have done, accomplishment to help these candidates make it to IIMs. What next now?
Next is to see if we can push it forward and we can create a community, not just for them. There are also others who have, some of them who have graduated and who are struggling. We're looking to see as to whether we can create a community for the visually impaired, wherein they can help each other out, and a lot more organizations can be aware of this and see as to how they can get them into these and create more of an awareness on the technological advancements which are helping them compete with normal people.
For a common person to understand, briefly tell us about the kind of customization you made to reach out to visually challenged students when you taught.
So when we were teaching them, we realized that they can't be a part of the normal class because in a normal class we have visual, we write down on the screen and all of that. So for them, what we had to do was we recorded a lot of audios which we sent to them. We worked on their mental math for the first month because they can work by themselves with the calculations. Then we got a lot of support from different people, right? Like one was Mr. Rajiv, who had already graduated from IIM Trichy, who's visually impaired. He served as a big motivation for them. He's right now in Columbia University doing his second MBA as well. And somebody from Isha Foundation, in fact, that's a single person who runs it, Ms. Nidhi Arora, so had mentored them as well, who's going to continually work with them at this. And also the several volunteer scribes who came together from different institutes, our own campus, IIM Lucknow, as well as IIM Vizag, amongst others, who worked with them. This is a complete team effort, right, which really made it happen.
How expensive is education in the top B schools?
So it costs about 20 to 25 lakhs, the fees, but it's something which is really worth it because you pay that one time and the average salary for the top 10 B schools is upwards of 30 lakhs. So you end up making something around that every year. And of course, it's only going to grow from there. Not to mention the experience, the learning, the respect that you get in the corporate world, the desire that these guys have, right, to be an investment banker, to be number one in something. That's something which is possible only after this education. And because you have 100% placements in the top 50 B schools, banks are very willing to give loans at reasonable rates of interest. I took up a loan, pretty much everybody does, right? So it's something which is like a very well streamlined process.
Will we get a life partner as well?
We did, so yeah. Or if you want to start your own company, you might end up getting a team or something like that, a bunch of friends, so a lot of things that you get from there. Would definitely recommend an MBA from an IIM.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you all to give me an answer in one word, your corporate role model.
So, as always, my corporate role model is Anand Mahindra because of his charity and the leadership skills he held, sir.
All right.
Same Anand Mahindra because of identifying the good talent.
All right.
Yeah, my role model is Indra Nui, who has bought betterment in PepsiCo company.
All right.
My role model is Mahendra Singh Dhoni because of his decision making and trust towards his players and believing the players and giving chances.
Mohan Daspai, he was worked in Infosys as a CFO. So I was like aiming at that standard of position in my future.
Thank you all very much. Such a joy talking to you. Certainly an inspiring story, a new high in inclusion, particularly when it comes to management education. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find Your TV.